So we've been 60 days in, 60 days plus since CLIA Waiver at the end of March. And to already have 100 accounts now using the products is fabulous for us.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Doug Ward. He is the CEO of Lumos Diagnostics. And Doug, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, doing very, very well. Thank you very much, and lovely to speak with you today.
Yeah, well, I know that you dropped a new corporate update, a new slide deck that really shows people where the company's at. And I think it's important to talk about some of the things that are in that because you've made some huge strides since last time you and I chatted. But before we get to that part of it, let's remind everyone a little bit about what the company does, and more importantly, this test you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot. So number one, Lumos is a point of care diagnostic company. Okay, but its flagship product is FebriDx, and that's the product that you're referring to. So FebriDx is a unique product. There is no other product like it at the point of care, and it uses a finger prick of blood to measure your immune system's response to infection, and it responds differently if it's caused by bacteria versus caused by non-bacterial or viral infection. So our test can differentiate that. And really what that's all about is helping that physician when the patient comes in feeling very crummy and they're like, hey, I think I might have the flu, but I'm not sure what kind of infection I have. Now they can actually have a test that can help the physician decide whether or not that patient should go on antibiotics or not with FebriDx.
Okay. One of the key milestones the company's had is getting CLIA waiver status, and explain to us why this is so significant, and really what this has allowed you to do now.
Yeah, this is a transformational event for the company. I hate to use those words because I think it's overused by many people. Um, but basically, this allows us to go from, you know, about $100 million market opportunity to well over $1 billion market opportunity. And the reason that is that CLIA waived are those sites like urgent cares, your doctor's office, primary care facilities, and so forth that do not need a CLIA license in order to run their tests. So you have to have a regulatory um, uh, clearance that allows you to say that your product is CLIA waived. And that just opens up this huge market opportunity. And equally as important, it just opens up the availability of this test for patients that typically go to an urgent care or their physician in order to be seen about their infection.
Okay. So within your updated document, you had mentioned there that you're now in more than 100 healthcare locations. You're getting reimbursed through insurance. 90% of the ones that are submitted are being reimbursed. I mean, this is some big step forward here, Doug.
Yeah, this is significant. I've been in this a long time, over 30 years, and it's not very often, especially in medical diagnostics, where you start to see a nice ramp right out of the gate, right? So we've been 60 days in, 60 days plus since CLIA waiver at the end of March, and to already have 100 accounts now using the products is fabulous for us. And to your point, probably even more importantly, because there are a lot of great products out there that don't make it because they don't get reimbursed. And therefore, if you don't get reimbursed, the doctor has no, although they love the clinical benefit, they can't afford to do a test for free. And then the distributors and so forth need to make money on it as well. Plus, Lumos needs to make money. So having reimbursement occur, over 90% of all claims submitted have been getting paid, and the payment is greater than the CMS authorized level of $41.38. So that, I have to say, is unprecedented in my experience, and we're just thrilled to see that momentum occur.
Yeah. So that puts you in a good position right now. I know you're using this last couple of months as really a test for what can be coming down the pipe. So obviously you like the way things are going now. So give us some thoughts over the next 3 to 6 months. What kind of things are we going to see out of the company in order to push this forward? Because the momentum is starting to build, I would guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, you'll see, and we'll communicate. We've kind of let the market know we're going to try to communicate a few leading indicators because part of understanding this product and the revenue that eventually will be associated with it is that it's a very seasonal product. Right here in North America, we our flu season is traditionally November through March. Right, we're in June. So you can appreciate that it's not that you don't have the huge amount of revenue associated with purchase orders at this time of year, and that's what we're seeing, even though we have 100 plus customers. But this is still terrific. What we're going to let people know, though, so that they can have some judgment about, well, how strong is it going to be when flu season hits, if you will, and we're going to talk about the number of sites, right? So let them know. So right now we have more than 100 and, like every month, every quarter, we're going to be talking about how many new sites have come on board. In the US, insurance companies, the private payers are facilitated through the state. They're licensed by a state, and therefore it's really important that we monitor how well we're doing in various states. So we'll communicate how many states we're in. Right now, we're in 18. That's terrific. Pretty soon, we think we will get in the majority of the states here, and likewise, we'll communicate, well, what is being paid, i.e., that greater than 90%, and at what level. And I think if we are communicating those key metrics here in the next several months, people will really have an eye for, wow, this thing's really should take off once flu levels start to go. So we'll be communicating that. We're really focused on what we call the top tier 100 urgent care centers in the US. Those are almost 50% of all urgent care volume goes through those top 100 urgent cares. So that's where we're going to focus. And as we bring those on board, we'll be able to let people know what kind of volume they did in prior years relative to comparator products like flu, COVID, and so forth. So that's what people can look forward to. I think we're going to try to communicate as much as possible about the good news that's coming.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll make sure we get you back for sure. Doug, thanks so much. Really great interview. Congratulations on the success, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks again. All the best.
You as well. Doug Ward, CEO of Lumos Diagnostics.